A lot of pressure and positioning right now in Washington over the fate of this payroll tax cut extension any working American has been benefiting from for this past year. But as the countdown clock on the White House website likes to show us, unless Congress takes action, this payroll tax cut will expire in 10 days, and your taxes are going to go up. The Senate has passed that 2-month extension, but the House is now balking. Republicans want the cut extended for the entire year. So just a little perspective. Take a look at this with me. If it expires, here you go. You're going to feel it right away. So figure out maybe the ballpark as to how much you make. So, for example, if you make $35,000 a year, your taxes go up by $700 next year. If you make $110,000, your taxes go up by more than $2,300. And it adds up. Joining me now, Craig Crawford, blogger for CraigCrawford.com. And Craig, you can help me add onto this list as well. I mean, obviously, this isn't the first 11th hour decision that we've been covering on Capitol Hill this year, right? So I hear your laugh. Debt ceiling, funding of the government, funding of the government, what, three times just about? And now this. What gives? What's going on?
That's all this Congress can get done, Brooke, is just keep the roof from caving in. I mean, at the last minute, they put up some scaffolding and put it off for another couple of months. This has been the least productive Congress I've ever seen in 25 years of covering the place. I mean, they've gotten less done than they used to do back in the 1800s when they only met about a few months a year. And on this payroll tax cut, I mean, all it does, even if they reach a deal, is maintain the status quo. It doesn't improve the economy. It just keeps things the same. It doesn't help people who are hurting get better. It just helps them keep from getting worse. And that's all they would be accomplishing, even if they reached a deal, and they still can't do that. You know,
you mentioned the scaffolding, and I think a lot of Americans, and I tweet through the show, and just after speaking with a member of Congress, they were frustrated with some of what she was saying, and really on both sides. I mean, you look at the congressional approval rating, and it's the lowest it's been. It's at an historic low, and you look at someone like Senate Republican John McCain, right? He was speaking with Wolf Blitzer yesterday. So Senate Republican saying that this move here, this desire to have this full year extension is harming the Republican Party. Do you agree, A, and B, if they let this thing lapse and it expires, how will that hurt members of both parties come next November?
Yeah, I think the approval for Congress is so low, it's only the people who work for them on Capitol Hill who approve them, about the only ones left. This has been political incompetence on the part of Republicans. Even Republicans are outside Congress are saying that. The Wall Street Journal editorialized about it because they had an opportunity to actually make Obama look pretty bad to his own supporters, liberal base, because he's the one who caved in the beginning on scrapping the millionaire tax that he wanted to pay for this payroll tax cut. That's something that upset his base very much. And so had they agreed to this, I think he would have been in the political hot seat with his own base. But now they have gone so far in actually what it boils down to, Brooke, is the Republicans in the House particularly, they are so concerned about maintaining low taxes for millionaires that they're willing to cut taxes for, as your chart showed, people making $35,000 a year, losing $700. They'd rather do that than give their supporters, millionaires, any kind of higher taxes.
But if, let's just say the what-if game, and again, here's a look at how this translates for any working American. If members of Congress allow this thing to lapse, is this, as some analysts are saying, really an early Christmas gift for President Obama? Team Campaign Obama can say, look at this dysfunctional Congress, pick me. Is that a boost for him?
Yeah, I mean, his Republicans want to soak the rich and stick it to the middle class campaign theme is so well supported by how this debate is ending up. Sometimes I wonder if maybe Republicans just figure people who make $35,000 aren't their voters anyway, and they don't care about them. They're more concerned about the millionaires. But also in this bill that was a real treat for a Republican constituency is doctors who provide Medicare services. If this bill doesn't get done, if this deal isn't made, those doctors who provide Medicare services would see 27% plus cuts in Medicare payments for their services. Now, there's a Republican constituency, I think, that would get pretty worked up about the party not getting anything done.
Well, Republican Congresswoman Nan Hayworth said she's in Washington, she's sticking around, and she's willing to work. We'll wait and see. 10 days, the clock is ticking. Mr. Craig Crawford, CraigCrawford.com, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Good to be here.
Thank you. The United States